Aloha, faithful. Welcome back to Niner Island. Sorry for the little bit of downtime there. If you've seen some of our recent videos, or I should say the last couple of videos, you'll notice that I went back to the Bay for a little while. Obviously, you know, there was a little bit of a pandemic. We were a little furloughed from work. That's actually how Niner Island started in the first place. We had some time on our hands, so we decided to do something that we love and start something, talking to people out here and everywhere about the Niners. But we are back now. Obviously, we're back because everything opened back up. So we've been back to work and really grinding on that. But we really, you know, appreciate you guys. You've motivated us to get back on this by reaching out to us individually, asking us for our opinions, asking us where we've been, when's the next episode coming out, and even furthermore, recently asking us what we think we're going to do with the third overall pick. So with the draft right around the corner, we figured now would be a perfect time to get back on. As you can see, we did move as well. So we're over in Hawaii Kai now, a little bit different setting. We thought we'd show you paradise while we talked about this instead of a TV screen. And so, yeah, we want to sit here and we want to talk about that third overall pick. I think we're going to talk about, you know, how the two of us look at the top, you know, couple quarterbacks, how we rate them, which one we think the Niners are going to take, and which one we want the Niners to take and why. So without further ado, Malik, why don't you break it down for us?
Right on. Thank you, Coop. So this upcoming draft, I think, again, just really quickly acknowledging how fantastic the brain trust for the organization comes up with, you know, the strategies and, you know, executing amazing moves. And yet again, making another move in the draft to go from number 12 to number 3 without giving up any precious draft capital from this year. So absolutely magic every year. So looking at the quarterback position, you know, there's 3 that stand out for me, and I've kind of waffled around over the last few weeks the exact order. So I'm not really sure the exact order, but I will say the 3 that I would like to see, one of the 3 that I'd like to see, Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, or Justin Fields. And so not necessarily in that order, still not sure. You know, each one has kind of jumped up a little bit over the last few weeks with pro days and, you know, videotape. I really do like kind of Trey Lance and Justin Fields. You know, those are the 2, 1A and 1B. Size, elusiveness, arm talent, the ability to, you know, hit every throw on the field, sideline to sideline. You know, athleticism, being able to use the feet. You know, those are the attributes that good Jimmy displays when he's healthy and he's really moving our offense. And so it's only natural to bring in, you know, the next, you know, face of the franchise, you know, to still fit that particular mold. I can tell you who I don't want to see, and I think you'll echo this as well, is Mac Jones, even though there's been a lot of reports linking him to us, and hopefully that's just smokescreen. But, you know, definitely if I could see either, you know, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, or Zach Wilson in a Niner uniform to back up good Jimmy for a year or 2, then I think that kind of sets that QB room up for success for the next, you know, bunch of years. So that's my feeling on, you know, the use of the number 3 pick in the upcoming draft.
Okay, so you're the GM. Who are you taking? Gotta pick one.
Gotta pick one. Oh, I think I'm leaning towards Justin Fields right now, honestly. And, you know, we'll kind of see as we get closer. But just from what I'm seeing right now, I don't think that we lose a beat. You know, and I think also looking historically, you know, God forbid something happens to Jimmy. But I think if something were to happen to him mid-season, I feel like Fields would be able to step in a little quicker and run our offense a little faster. I think the learning curve is a little shorter with him. Ceiling might not be as high, but, you know, I feel like he's a little more pro-ready than the other candidates. So, yeah.
All right. Justin Fields it is. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
So, and you know, echoing the same things, you know, I think people kind of went under the radar a little bit. Like, the bottom line is, without all these injuries, we have a stacked team that's built to win right now. And what people aren't talking about is the fact that we looked at solid backup quarterbacks throughout all of free agency. This team knows that Jimmy can get it done again and can make it happen as long as he stays healthy. But they also understand that he hasn't stayed healthy and that we don't have a good backup quarterback, right? So they first went through free agency. They looked at a lot of those players and either weren't high enough on them or, would have to give up too much to get one of them, right? But we want to make sure if Jimmy goes down, we don't lose a beat, right? So that's why when that didn't happen, we did a great trade. I'm more than happy with the trade we did, especially not losing any draft picks this season to move up in what is going to be, I think, a historic quarterback draft class. I do think a lot of these guys are going to pan out. So for me, as far as it goes, we've talked about this. I've been high on Lance since way before pro days and everything, and everybody started talking about him. I'm a big fan. I do believe he has the highest ceiling in this entire draft as far as QBs go. But I think the same thing as you, with these pro days, and the more I read and hear and dig into Justin Fields, I really do kind of have them 1A, 1B right now. I definitely wouldn't be upset with either of them. I do believe there's a little bit of a smokescreen going on right now. Everybody wonders what we're doing. We've got the 3rd overall pick. We know who number 1 and 2 is going to be. Why are we doing all this stuff? Well, the bottom line is, the new Jets head coach has a little insight into, how Shanahan looks at things. And if he finds out that he's super high on Justin Fields, he might make the decision to take him instead of Zach Wilson. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not very high on Zach Wilson myself. So I would hate for that to happen and us to jump on him. So for me, it is Trey, then Fields, then Zach Wilson above Mac Jones. Those would be the 4 in the order I'd put them in. I think if I'm the GM, everything going perfect, I take Trey Lance. That's why he's the best pick for me right now, is because he does get to sit at least a season and learn and develop under Shanahan and behind Jimmy. Right now, God forbid he gets hurt again this year. I do think Fields would be a better option if he had to come in earlier. He does have, more experience and more talent right now this day. And again, I wouldn't be mad at either one of them, but the perfect scenario is we take Lance. He sits for at least a year, just like Alex Smith to Mahomes, in a great system with a great, staff, a great coordinator and coach. And then he takes over and we just keep going, for the next decade. But either way, Jimmy stays healthy and gets back to old Jimmy, and then we have this great asset we can trade, for future picks, just like the Patriots been doing for years, or like, something does happen to Jimmy and he takes over, or this offseason, whoever we take, maybe they just win that job outright, But either way, I think we're beautifully set up for the future. So that's my take. I'm taking Lance. You're taking Fields. I think either way, we're doing a shot at cracking a beer, and we're happy as long as it's not Mac Jones. But yeah, thank you again for reaching out to us and motivating us to get back on here and get this done. Definitely more to come. Thank you. My brother sent us. A lot of you guys gave us feedback. You liked the show. The one thing was the sound wasn't that great. My brother sent me some microphones for my birthday, and so thank you. I'm going to send you guys a link. He's got his own little YouTube channel as well, so check him out. Definitely not sports related. He's not a sports guy, but appreciate him. So check that out. What do you think? How you been, Joe Boo?
I've been locked in the dumb closet this whole time. I'm in paradise and I can't see shit.
Put it back in there.
Yeah, cranky ass.
Welcome back. Love you, Diner Island. We'll be back soon.
Cheers.